Ladies and gentlemen, go forward, do great things for your mind, your body, and your spirit. Looking at the national debt is 37 million billion. No, not even million or billion. It is $37 trillion. 440 billion, 614 million 5 already hit to 7. You can see it climbing. In the budget committee, it is at the top of the website. How does the budget work? Budget framework. A framework of the budget process can be divided up in 5 stages, each of which is governed by its own procedures outlined by the Budget Act. We will check that out later. The rules of House and Senate and other relevant statutes. The last 3 stages often occur simultaneously. The President's budget submission. The President submits a comprehensive budget requesting Congress in early February, which outlines administration policy and funding of priorities and the economic outlook of the coming fiscal year. This budget, which estimates spending, revenue, and borrowing levels, is compiled by the OMB of the input by various federal agencies, with funding broken down by 20 budget function categories. Adoption of the budget resolution. House and Senate committees hold hearings of the President's budget and budget committees report concurring resolution on the budget that sets each committee's allocation of spending authority for the next fiscal year and aggregate spending for the revenues levels for at least 5 years. The budget resolution also establishes aggregate totals with respect to the revenues and spending for entire federal budget. This resolution, once adopted, is not law, as it is not signed by the President. The allocations enforceable through this point of order establish the framework to consider spending and revenue bill on the House and Senate floor. Passage of appropriation bills. The May House. In May, the House begins consideration of the 12 annual appropriation bills. Appropriation bills for the next fiscal year based on the discretionary spending of the allocation in the budget resolution. As these bills move through hearings, markups, floor consideration, and conference, they are considered and constrained by the levels of allocations in the budget resolution and the enforcement of Budget Act and through the House and Senate rules. Consideration of reconciliation legislation. If the spending and revenue level in the budget resolution require changes in the existing law, the resolution would contain instructions to committees to report legislation containing such statutory changes, whether for tax increase or decreases, deficit reduction, mandatory spending increases or decreases, the adjustment in public debt limit, or the process has been used to focus many agents on one goal, often in a larger bill. Consideration of authorization legislation. Congress considers numerous measures of authorizing the appropriations of funds by a myriad of programs each fiscal year. The decision making is constrained by the Budget Act and through the House and Senate rules. Timetable of the budget process. We will check that out. Timetable of the budget process, usually Title III in the Congressional Budget Act establishes a specific timetable for congressional budget process on or before and action may be completed. First Monday in February, President submits his budget. February 15th, Congressional Budget Office of submit report to budget committees. No later than 6 weeks after the President submits the budget, committees submit views and estimates to the Budget House committees. Frequently, the House sets its own date based on legislative calendar. April 1st, Senate Budget Committees report non-concurrent resolution on the budget. April 15th, Congress completes action on the concurrent resolution in the budget. This is not signed by the President. May 15th, annual appropriation bills may be considered in the House. June 10th, House Appropriation Committee reports last annual appropriation bill. June 15th, Congress completes action on reconciliation legislation if required by the last budget resolution. June 15th to June 30th, House completes action on annual appropriation bills. October 1st, that's a big jump. Fiscal year begins. Check that out, ladies and gents.